Ernie Raynor, an athletic supporter. An athletic supporter, Ernie Raynor.
Parents, teachers, success gurus all tell us that competitive sports builds tomorrow's champions in life by developing the body, the mind, and the character. In fact, sports is cast as a metaphor of life, a meaningful drama where life's principles are acted out in meaningful ways. I have doubts about that. So let's look for some life lessons from my 3 competitive sporting endeavors: football, karate, and wrestling. Mr. Toastmaster, fellow Toastmasters and honored guests, you heard that first one right. 5'6" Ernie went out for the football team! Woo! It's game day. I'm an offensive right guard. I have these huge pads on. I'm feeling macho. I'm taking the field with confidence. And then I see what I have to block. It was Godzilla. Godzilla in shoulder pads. All I could think was, I am going to die. But I'm going to try. I get in position. I hit him with everything I've got. And he mows me over. Next play. I hit him again. He mows me over again. Just to show the first time was no accident. The third time, he mows me over again. The coach pulled me from the game, and I spent the rest of the season as the practice dummy. What did I learn from my great heroic efforts in football? Just this. And it goes back to Godzilla, the 90s movie tagline, size matters. That applies to football. But that's all right. I thought I would try another sport, one where size didn't matter. Karate! I'm taking a class from Dr. Henry Alloy from Japan, a disciplined master of the craft. Dr. Alloy is teaching us the kata. It's a series of moves that involves a thrusting move, a blocking move. At the end, you leap into the air, and as you land, you express your chi. That's that energy that makes it all work. Well, I'm watching these other people landing, and it was something like this. They watched way too many Bruce Lee movies. Now it's my turn, and I land. I can't get anything out. I stare over at the doc and I go, hi-ya! He complained I was not expressing that chi. Nowhere was that better demonstrated than the day of the high kick. Dr. Alloy is midway across the dojo. That's where you do martial arts stuff. He has his hand out. We are to get a good running start, get airborne, and kick that hand as we fly by. Knowing how graceful I am, my first thought was, I am going to die. But I'm going to try. I got my speed up. I get airborne. I am totally out of control, and I landed hard on the dojo. Everyone laughed at me, but what really hurt? Dr. Discipline himself, upon seeing me fall, goes, ah! That's not right, get back in line. So what did I learn from my great lesson from karate? Just this. It's only easy in the movies. Maybe we can find a life philosophy from sports in my final endeavor, wrestling. I had been wrestling since middle school. Now I am a senior at the Evergreen State College, and I am the captain of the wrestling squad. Woo! Yeah! Before anyone gets too impressed, Evergreen State is a member of the NAIA. That's the division for the teeny little colleges, not the NCAA where the big boys play. Well, I'm winning matches at the college level, regardless of division. I'm feeling pretty impressed with myself, but nobody else was. Everywhere I went, I heard the same thing. if you were at an NCAA school, you wouldn't even be first team. Oh yeah? I entered an international tournament, no divisions, and it was my chance to show those big college goons just how it's done. And I was impressive in my first match, as my opponent picked me up and used me to mop the mat. No, don't laugh. That mat was clean. The only residue on that mat were the remnants of my shattered pride. But it's all right, I won the second match of that tournament. So I get to move into the final round against a man who had put his previous two opponents out on stretchers with a move called the full salto. You grab the arms in a double underhook and you take your opponent straight back. If you fight that move, you risk injury, as the previous two opponents learned. All I can tell you is my first thought, knowing whom I had drawn in that round, was, I am going to die! But I'm going to try! So I get low, I get mean, and before the whistle is done blowing, he's got my arms in the double underhook. So I completely went rubber, forcing him to adjust his stance and grip, and I managed to squirm away. In those type of matches, when you are more than 12 points ahead, they just stop the match, count it as a pin. That's what happened to me. The worst part, it was still the first round. So what did I learn from my great sporting endeavors, football, karate, and wrestling? Really just this. Don't do it for the glory. You may not get any. Do it because you love doing it. That's your reward. And that's what I learned from sports. So sports does have value. And that's why I stand before you now as Oklahoma's greatest, largest athletic supporter! Woo!